Hey guys, Aaron Schober and Josh Lucas here at Sword Carolina, enjoying some pre-practice coffee.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to sit and chat with you guys and let you know what's going on here at Sword Carolina.
Yeah, things are going really well. Sword Carolina is growing, both brick and mortar and online. We're seeing, increased numbers in our classes. Just more and more people that are searching us out. We had one person that sought us out to give like a class as a Valentine gift to her husband. Just some
Yeah.
real interesting things.
That's a great idea, by the way.
Yeah. So we're seeing lots of growth, which we're seeing kind of in HEMA. All the new equipment that comes out is like bought out, sold out. So HEMA is definitely growing, and we're seeing that here as well.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be in HEMA or to get started in HEMA. We haven't been doing it for a terribly long time, maybe 6 years. But even in that amount of time, we've seen it grow leaps and bounds. It used to be we were trying to do everything we could just to let people know about HEMA, and now people are seeking us out.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
You can feel the broodings.
You can feel the broodings.
Right, the bubbles are coming up.
That's right.
In the water.
They're stirring the pot. Josh mentioned things are going really well at the school here. We've actually changed some things around. For the first time, we're actually offering separate courses. Like we have classes in different subjects. So we have a Messer class on Mondays. We have a ringing class on Wednesdays. Friday and Saturday are both longsword.
Longsword.
And then Mondays and Fridays, we also have youth classes. So we have a youth sword class focused on longsword and Messer, and then we have a youth ringing class, which they love, by the way. Yeah.
So we're busy.
We're busy, yeah.
We're busy, but it's great. It's really good.
And it's been really good. We've had good attendance in all of the classes. There's been a broad amount of interest, and I think the different classes actually complement each other.
Yeah.
So when you're doing Messer and longsword, they're very similar. Even with ringing, very similar in a lot of ways, but different in other ways. So it gives you a better overall picture of it. So the way we organize our classes was actually pretty good. And I wanted to share this with you guys too. We have a constant flow of new students coming in. So we never have like, okay, we're going to get these 8 people started and run through a basics beginner's course and then get into the more technical
That
stuff.
would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Why don't we do that?
And actually, our friends over at like Clemson Longsword and groups based in colleges, that might make more sense because they get people in like first semesters.
Yep.
So something like that might work for them. But for us, what's really worked is instead of doing a basics course and then advanced course, we actually split up each class. So the first 30 minutes of the class is going to be basic footwork, handwork, simple paired drills. So that functions as our foundational training and our warm-up.
Right.
And then we get into 30 minutes of technique training where it's right out of the manuscripts, like really technical work, which should be related to the basics work that we did before, if I've done my job. And then like the last period of class, which is 30 minutes until question mark, until I kick everybody out, is like free play, sparring, more intense drills.
Yeah, let's work through that technique faster. Let's work on something else. So now you want a theory craft? Okay, let's talk about what all the other things that you could have done in that situation.
Now's the time to expound.
Because you need to let them get that out.
Yes.
So we got Study in Steel coming up.
We have Study in Steel coming up, yeah. So this is our second annual HEMA event. Last year, it went actually very well. We were very nervous.
Surprisingly well.
It went surprisingly well, yes. Well, we thought it would go well, but you never know doing something
we put the
first
planning
time.
in and everything, but yeah, things went really well.
It went very well. We got a lot of positive feedback. There's some things we probably could have done better, but honestly, every event's going to be like that. Nobody's perfect, but it went great. We had a good time doing it. It was a ton of work, but we decided to do it again.
Yeah.
So, Josh, why don't you tell them a little bit about what they can expect from Study in Steel?
Well, Study in Steel is going to be different this year because we actually have steel to study. Right? It's going to be exciting. So we're going to have a synthetic and a steel longsword tournament. We're going to have classes. We have a special guest, Mike Edelson, who's going to be joining us from New York Historical Fencing Association. So he's going to be coming down, competing, teaching classes, kind of be our celebrity for the weekend, if you will.
Yeah. Well, we will. Yeah.
We're going to have a mixed one-handed tournament, and we're also doing a play on a pair drill to where we're going to throw a scenario out there before the tournament, weeks in advance, and allow people pairs to develop their own responses, their proper techniques that they would do in that situation, demonstrate those, explain those, and they'll be judged by their peers. That's going to be pretty fun. That's going to be pretty interesting.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
It's getting more into tactics rather than just rote repetition, or rather than just taking the example from the manuscript and only doing that. It forces you to kind of take the knowledge, like take the understanding and like use it in different ways, which I'm excited about.
Actually think, dive into it.
Yeah. So we'll have Mike Edelson teaching classes. Keith Riley from Atlanta Frifectors is going to be coming up, and he will be teaching a class on the Dusac.
Nice.
So I think that's the first you heard about that. I'm sure he'll also be competing as well. He's a very good competitor. I fought against him in multiple weapons, and he's always fun. So we should be getting a lot of people from the Southeast, but we've already had several people register from all over the place, like New York, Colorado.
Right.
Like it's crazy. Like
so if you're interested in coming, you might want to sign up early.
Right. So it's going to be April 30th and May 1st. It's a Saturday and Sunday. It's here in Fountain Inn. Full registration is $100. That includes both days attendance. It includes a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It includes the medals that you'll win, right?
Okay.
And it includes some food. So we're talking with a caterer right now to get some like really good soul food in here.
Nice.
So if you're coming to South Carolina, you ought to get some soul food. So
I'm excited.
It'll be really good. We also want to talk to you about Sword Carolina Online. This is the first attempt at putting a HEMA school online for people to access.
Yeah, we kind of took our methodology, our teaching, and everything, basics all the way to techniques and how to run a school and how to run a class and all that kind of ideas, and put it online. It's one of those things to where I think really a lot of times the crimp in the hourglass for a lot of people is information.
Yes.
Even people in class here, they still have to do the techniques themselves that we're showing and teach their bodies how to move, but we're providing that information. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're doing online, because not everybody could come. I wish everyone could come and just like,
that'd be awesome, yeah.
Here, but not everybody
awesome.
can, yeah. So we took it and we put it all online. We upload videos, weekly. We're making new material in addition to the previous material. Right now, it's a pretty heavy resource at the moment.
It's all very, very good. There's hours and hours of resource on there. So if you look at our YouTube channel, for instance, or really anybody's YouTube channel, they're going to be short videos. It's going to be more surface level, just kind of background information. What we're really able to do with the online resource is really get into the depth of teaching, to where it's not just me showing a technique, but we're really dissecting it, getting into it, correcting errors, working through it with our students, but then also hitting up a lot of other things like exercise, like drills.
People look for drills. People have questions on their class, or should I go to a tournament, or all this other type of information. The other thing I think it really does is it gives a solid stream of information in one place. So instead of having to go to this guy's channel and read this article and look at this book and just bounce all over the place, you get a plethora of information in one place that goes like step by step. This is how you stand. This is what a sword is. This is your basic guards. Yeah, and it takes it in that progression, so you can take it all in one place and kind of grow methodically, in my opinion.
That's a good point. It's very convenient.
Yes.
So that's a good point to it. A lot of the stuff is geared toward new people. So if you're a new person yourself, this is really geared toward you. But also if you're teaching people, this I believe is a very good resource to help new people get started faster.
Yep.
Because like Josh said, the linchpin is really the information. And if you're one-on-one teaching someone information, there's only so much knowledge you can dump in their head, like the hour, 2 hours that you see them a week. But this is something that they can go out on their own, study, do some extra credit work, come back to your class more prepared next time than they were the first time.
Yeah, we give it to our students here. We give them access to it, so they can go and learn the basics from the videos, instead of us having to spend a whole bunch of time teaching them in class.
That's actually a really good point. So this is, we use this ourselves because we don't have time to cover everything. We have too many students now. Everyone's schedules are too tight. we run 6 classes a week, but it's still like we can only get to individual people so much. And so that's really, really valuable because they can go review. They can even watch the videos that they're in themselves.
Sure.
But you only retain like a small percentage of each lesson, so they can go back and review and like really remember and drill it again on their own at home. So it's very good. You want to tell them about the Academy a little bit? So that's kind of a separate product related though.
Yeah, it's related online. So online is very much geared towards learning the art, learning the martial art. The Academy is going to be a little different. We want to become a little more personal. It gives you that gives you knowledge and also kind of a bouncing board for running your own group.
Yeah.
Or growing your own group.
Yeah. And so we've had actually a lot of good success stories. People coming in that they're using our resource to help them either start their own group or grow their own group. And for people from all over the place.
Yeah.
Like one in particular, guy down in Brazil.
He's excited.
He's very excited. I haven't gotten permission from him to like give out his name or any specifics about him, but he's down in Brazil, super excited. Just started a group. They had to go to multiple days a week because they weren't able to fit everything in. I'm like, those are good problems to have. It's like, how long it took us to run, 2 days a week, or we had to run 2 days a week. So it's very exciting times.
Academy gives you the safe environment to ask the questions that you might not want everyone inputting on. It gives you, it also covers things that you want to know, like how do I advertise? How do I talk to people? How what's the appeal of my business?
Yeah.
But all kind of different questions.
And it's that friendly, supportive atmosphere. Because if you just pose a question online, you're going to get some good information, you're going to get some bad information, and you're just going to get some mean information. And it's hard to it's hard for some people to really like put out a question, especially if you're new and it's a stupid question,
right?
But you just don't know the answer. You have to ask. It's really hard to do that. You can ask us. We treat you as our own students because that's how we see you. And so there's not going to be that judgment. There's not going to be that that sarcasm.
We had that vested
cutting.
interest.
We have that vested interest,
and it's more because we want to create the community. We want to create a community.
As we're building Sword Carolina Online, that's going to be the depth of our teaching. We are going to still do stuff on YouTube as well. For people that just have the passing interest in HEMA, like this is more of a they like the idea of HEMA, but not necessarily like the really deep study of it. We are going to still do stuff on YouTube, but it won't be the depth of training we do there. So
kind of is the litmus test.
Yeah,
it is like investing in yourself.
Yeah, I'm interested in lots of things, but there's only a few things that I'll actually invest in and commit myself to.
Yep.
So that's I'm interested in like cooking documentaries, and like I'm interested in cooking and like hot cuisine and everything, but I'm not going to culinary school. And I just have a passing interest. I like sitting there like eating popcorn and watching people cook like really, really good food. So yeah. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Studying Steel coming up April 30th, May 1st. Hey guys. Purple Heart Army is also involved in that. We're not sure like to the extent. They're trying to figure out if they can maybe be there, but we're not sure yet. But they are going to be involved with it. They helped us out a great deal last year, and you'll be seeing a lot more partnership between Sword Carolina and Purple Heart Armory, I believe, coming up. So any final thoughts, Josh, before we get our workout started?
Nope.
All right. So we'll see you guys. Keep in touch, and we'll come at you again very soon from Sword Carolina.